What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from High on Android and DopeTechDaily.com. Today I'm bringing you guys a review of the S-Key. This is a product I picked up on Kickstarter, got it in about a month ago. I actually bought 3 of these, one for myself, one for my mother, and one for my fiance, which is what this one is for. I'm going to ship this out to her. It does come with a 6-in-1 functions with the S-Key. You've got the bottle opener, you've got a stand in 3 different orientations for your phone: portrait 20 degrees, landscape 20 degrees, and landscape 60 degrees. Comes with a SIM card tool and also a SIM card case. Of course, it's a keychain. It also has a magnetic stick, and it's also glow in the dark for this particular model. Now, they do offer other colors that range in price from $7 to $12 for the glow in the dark one. I will link all of those on Amazon if you want to purchase one in the link in the description. They're a really great deal. I just want to show you the packaging here with my fiance's. It's going to go to her. On the back, it has some basic specs and also a little more information, sort of shows you a diagram of the S-Key. So I want to give you guys a quick review, sort of my thoughts after using it for a month or so here. So I'll go ahead and take out my S-Key. Let me put hers to the side. I've got my S-Key here on my keys. Now, one thing to mention is it will stick to other stuff on your keychain if you've got other metal. You see here I've got a screwdriver that I use for putting on some of my metal cases from Draco Design. It will stick to that, so you do have to be wary of that. Not a huge deal, but that is something to be aware of. Let me go ahead and take it off my Lucky Line there. So I wanted to show you guys some of the features. Obviously, I'll show you how the SIM card case works in just a second. You've got the magnetic stick right there. It is glow in the dark, also the bottle opener. Now, this is where you have the phone stand. This is going to go in your headphone jack, and depending on the shape of your phone, it's going to have varying degrees of success. So I'm going to show you with a couple different phones. This is the Xperia Z5. Now, you're going to go ahead and just place this into the headphone jack here, and then give it a little turn to put it in portrait orientation. And this one's actually pretty sturdy. You can type on the phone and it's not going to fall over. You don't have any problems. So the 20 degrees portrait is great. Now, if you want to put it into the landscape mode, you're going to take it, of course, you're going to stick it into the headphone jack and then turn it and then sit it right here in landscape. But this is where you got to be a little careful. If you don't set it up exactly right, it may fall over. So you can see now it's sitting there just fine, but the first time I tried, it wasn't working great. You can definitely not type on this easily in 60 because sometimes it'll fall over, but it's not a huge problem because normally you're going to use 60-degree landscape for watching videos. Now, if you switch it around to the other side, that's where you're going to get your 20-degree landscape, and this is one where you could definitely do some typing. You could definitely type on your phone in 20-degree landscape, and you can see it's got a nice sort of sturdy build quality, and it's definitely not going to go anywhere at all. So that's sort of the phone stand orientations you can get: 20 portrait, 20 landscape, and also 60 in the landscape. Now again, how good this works is going to depend on the size of your phone. The Z5 works pretty good. I'll show you a little bit bigger phone. Here I've got the Note 5, and of course that has the headphone jack on the bottom. So if I go ahead and put that in there, and I want to use this now as a stand, so I can go ahead and set it up there in the 20-degree orientation. Works pretty good, But then if I switch over here to the 60-degree orientation, that also works great. But you can see here the portrait orientation is not really going to work for the Note because it's going to be kind of backwards. Well, of course, I mean, yeah, you can use it, but the Note has the headphone jack on the bottom, so of course that's kind of an issue. It's not going to stand up, and be very useful to you in this way. So of course, how well the phone stand works is going to depend on the size of your phone. I've tested it with most of the phones I have. So if you have a question about one of the phones that I have and how well the stand works, you can shoot me a comment in the comments below, and I'll definitely answer that for you. I've tested it with all my devices. I've got like 20 phones. Obviously, I don't want to put that in the video because it'll take forever. But it works great in landscape for watching videos and also for typing in the 20-degree mode. I haven't had any big problems with it not working at all for any of my phones. Sometimes it just takes a little bit to get it set up. So the next thing I wanted to show you guys is the SIM card functionality of this. Obviously, it has a SIM tool right there. The SIM tool is really easy to remove if you have nails. Now, I do not have nails, so sometimes it's a little difficult for me to remove. So you just pull this little piece here, and then it should pop right out. And you can see, comes out, no problem. You got to put a little force on it there. So there's the SIM tool, and then you can go ahead and, of course, insert your actual SIM card. So here I have a Project Fi SIM. Sometimes I carry this around with my Nexus 6P. You can go ahead and insert that right into the SIM card slot here, and that's going to hold your Project Fi SIM. Let me just get it in the correct orientation. And so there I've got a nice SIM card case. I can go ahead and slide the tool right back into the same slot, and then that will cover up the SIM card itself, and then you'll have a nice compact SIM card case along with your SIM card tool. So this is great, of course, if you're a smartphone nerd like me, you have a bunch of different phones, you have just 2 phones, and you want to switch out a SIM for something like Project Fi or a prepaid SIM, this is definitely a great option. Also, the glow-in-the-dark function works great because you can easily find this in your briefcase, find it in your purse for the ladies, etc. As I said, overall, I really like this product, and I highly recommend it. If you want to check it out on Amazon below, all the functions work great. Also, the bottle opener works great. Since this is a tech channel, I'm not going to demonstrate the bottle opener. The magnetic portion works great. You can stick this to your refrigerator, keep track of your keys, etc. You can hold up a sticky note at work with this guy before you get ready to leave from the office. A lot of different uses for the S Key. From $7 to $11, it's definitely a product I recommend. Now I'm going to give a couple of these away. So if you want one of these, hit me up on Dope Tech Deals as we did with the Nexus 6P Rhino Shield giveaway. Just tweet me with Dope Tech S Key. I'm going to give away 2 of these, one glow in the dark and one regular, and I'll just have them shipped directly from Amazon to you if you win. So go ahead and just send out the tweet. I'll pick a couple winners in about 48 hours. I appreciate you guys watching the video. You can follow me below on Twitter and Google+. Also find me writing over at dopetechdaily.com. And also like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I'll have a lot of stuff coming up on the Galaxy S7, Galaxy S7 Edge, and the LG G5. All right, guys, I appreciate you checking out the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.